Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, at least 27 people killed and over 50 injured in twin bomb attacks in Mubi, Adamawa State. Workers across Nigeria renewed demand for better welfare as they join their counterparts around the world to mark the Labour Day. Federal government restates commitment to increasing national minimum wage. The speakers at the platform in Lagos challenged Nigerians to fully participate in the democratic process to ensure faster national transformation. And 9 people, including a priest, killed in a church in the Central African Republic.
On business news tonight, Nigeria and U.S. dialogue over $500 million looted fund recovery.
On sports news tonight, Egypt international Mohamed Salah becomes the first African to be voted English Football Writers Association Player of the Year for 2017-2018.
From Abuja, the federal government bans issuance of permits for the importation of codeine as active pharmaceutical ingredient for cough preparations.
We begin tonight from Adamawa State in northeast of Nigeria, where residents of Mubi town are mourning the deaths of no fewer than 27 persons killed in a bomb explosion this afternoon. The Adamawa State Police Public Relations Officer, Osman Abubakar, who confirmed the attack, says that the first explosion happened inside a mosque, while the second bomb went off at a clothing market about 200 meters from the mosque. The command has deployed anti-bomb squad to the area, while victims of the attack have been evacuated to Mubi General Hospital. Meanwhile, Governor Muhammad Jibrila of Adamawa State has described the suicide attacks as unfortunate. He has also directed the State Commissioner of Health to move to the local government area to assist the surviving victims of the attack.
Situation at Mubi local government, where there was a twin bomb blast that occurred at about 1300 hours at the popular market of Kaswang-Gonjo, where one of the suicide bombers entered the mosque as the Muslim faithfuls were about to observe their prayers. The other one inside the mosque went off, and just a few minutes thereafter, the second one equally went off. At the moment, we've deployed more men, particularly the EOD personnel that are there to take charge, to comb the area to make sure that it is free from any further danger. And the injured have been evacuated to the hospital for further medical treatment. And at the moment, things are under control. And we want to assure the good people of Mubi to be calm and as well, totally in control.
Today, May the 1st, is the International Workers' Day. The labor movement in Nigeria and around the world are taking the day off to celebrate the dignity of labor and also put up fresh demands that will improve their productivity. The holiday was first promoted by the International Workers Association in 1904 to commemorate the killing of protesting laborers in Haymarket Square in Chicago, USA in 1886. It was also to be a day to push for the 8-hour workday and other demands. Workers' Day is a day set aside to celebrate workers and encourage them. The theme for this year's celebration is Role of Labor and Workers in National Development. Dare to struggle, and we dare to win. And staying with labor matters, the call for better welfare for workers and the need to revive industries are the key demands of workers in Nigeria today. Labor leaders use the occasion of the Workers' Day celebration to demand that government at all levels revive dying industries and create jobs. However, Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, gives the assurance of the federal government to expedite action on the review of the new minimum wage.
Workers in their huge numbers gather at the Eagle Square in Abuja to commemorate the 2018 Workers' Day. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, is among the top government officials marking the day with workers in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. One after the other, labor leaders used the occasion to highlight the urgent need for the government to invest heavily in industrialization as well as improve the welfare of Nigerian workers.
We are delighted to know that the Tripartite Committee on National Minimum Wage has started its assignment in earnest. It is our hope that given the high expectation of Nigerian workers, the committee will complete its work by August 2018 as planned, so that by the last quarter of this year, the hard-pressed Nigerian workers will have a new lease of life. The federal government should stop any action plan that will further give money to the non-performing privatized electricity distribution company Discos in Nigeria. We also call on government to massively invest in mixed energy, especially hydro, solar and nuclear to drive industrialization.
Colorful parade by workers as the Vice President takes their salute. A display of placards by some workers also sends strong message about some other needs that they want the government to urgently address. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, gives the assurances of the government to address the issues of new minimum wage for workers. Workers' Day, also known as May Day, is used to celebrate the role of labor movements in the struggle against apartheid. For many workers here, the struggle will continue until their demands for better welfare and industrialization are met.
Meanwhile, across northern Nigeria, the commemoration of the Workers' Day was characterized by marches from different labor unions and addresses by heads of the unions and government officials. The key speakers spoke on the theme, which is Uniting Workers for Social and Economic Advancement. Correspondent Kayla Megwa reports.
Workers' Day is celebrated around the world on May the 1st in commemoration of the Haymarket Massacre in Chicago of 1886 and became an official holiday in 1891. Since then, issues affecting the welfare of workers are brought to the front burner on this day to pressure governments at all levels to assent to the demands of labor unions. In Nasarawa State, Governor Tanko Almakura at the Lafia Square promised improved, constant and full payment of emoluments until he leaves office.
We are up to date in the payment of 100% salaries to our workers.
On his part, the Bauchi State Governor Mohammed Abubakar, addressing workers at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium in Bauchi, called on workers to bear in mind the current economic realities of state governments while demanding an upward review of minimum wage.
The time has come for you to start agitating for a review of the revenue allocation formula. That is the only way the states can be able to bear the huge cost of the increased minimum wage. Employees Union of Nigeria.
In Yobe State, the chairman of the state chapter of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Lawan Ibrahim, praised the Gaidam administration for the prompt payment of salaries, pensions and gratuities, but frowned at the stoppage of the leave grant which was in existence before he assumed office.
We have proposed...
Addressing workers in Kaduna State, Ephraim James, the chairman of the United Labour Congress, highlights the economic challenges bedeviling the country. Workers in Kwara State were divided over how much the government should pay as minimum wage. At the Metropolitan Square in Ilorin, where the members of the Nigeria Labour Congress faction held their rally, most workers had not turned up as at 12 noon. The state Labour chairman, Yekini Agumbiade, called on the federal government to quickly announce the 65,000 naira new minimum wage being demanded by workers. In another location in Ilorin, another faction of workers under the aegis of the United Labour Congress say what the government should pay is 90,000 naira. In Niger State, civil servants presented a 10-point demand to Governor Abubakar Bello as they marked Workers' Day.
We need to compensate our workers.
The governor of the state, Abubakar Bello, explained that his administration is making sure that the benefits of all civil servants and retirees are paid as at when due. In Jigawa, Governor Mohammed Badaru promised that workers will continue to receive their salaries on the 25th of every month. In Benue State, Governor Samuel Otom had barely arrived at IBB Square, Makurdi, when hundreds of protesters under the aegis of the coalition of Benue civil society organizations stormed the arena.
A combined support and team of the security agencies of over 1,000 have been deployed to Benue State to give us support.
Kano State had a peaceful and colorful celebration of Workers' Day as thousands of civil servants led by the state governor Abdullahi Ganduje marched to the Sani Abacha Stadium to mark the day. He promised workers that his administration will continue to pay workers' salary as at when due.
Moving down south, the demand for the workers in Lagos, Cross Rivers and other southern states are not different from those of their colleagues across the country, but they specifically asked the government to address the high unemployment rate in Nigeria.
Workers across the world are celebrating May Day, discussing ways of improving their welfare and working conditions. In different states of Nigeria, rallies are held to mark the day. Hundreds of workers gather at the UJ Swene Sports Stadium in Calabar to celebrate the day, and the state governor has cheery news for the workers.
We had already finalized and had just signed today an authorization for them to commence the implementation of 2014 gratuity. Of course, coming from their own pressure.
Still in the South, workers in Delta State also came out in their numbers to mark the day with a mat passed.
You are highly welcome.
For many years, the workers have continued to suffer deprivation, demeaning living conditions. There is therefore the need for critical appraisal of this present situation by government.
In River State, Governor Nyesom Wike challenges labor unions of the country to strive to defend the nation's democracy.
All of us are seeing what is happening in this country today. Look at the killing, look at the death. Labor is quiet. If you talk about the increment of your wages and you don't have the children, you don't have mothers and fathers that you take, you train, what is the increment for?
And to the southwest region, where workers in Lagos State converge on the Agege Stadium with Governor Kumi Ambode as special guest.
The labor unions in Lagos State have been most responsible, and while at the same time being dogged in their advocacy for the promotion of the interest of workers in Lagos State.
For workers under the aegis of the Nigeria Union of Electricity Employees in Osun State, it is time for a review of the privatization of the power sector.
Privatization has exposed us to the twin evil of outsourcing and casualization. So many non-managerial functions are being outsourced now.
In Ogun State, workers have been commended for their dedication to work and steadfastness in the discharge of their duties.
We will continue to implement people-friendly policies, decisions, and other welfare programs that will better the lot of our workforce.
It's also Celebration Day for workers at the Michael Okpara Square in Enugu, southeast Nigeria. They want their state government to implement the National Health Insurance Scheme and enforce the child rights law.
I want to reassure you of our commitment to the welfare of the workers, as well as our resolve to fast-track the socio-economic development of our dear state.
Workers were well represented at the Alex Ekweme Square in Anambra State, with the Deputy Governor gracing the day.
If you not do your own part as civil servants and conscientious workers, will the government achieve anything? No.
Promises made, promises broken. With the current economic realities, the NLC wants more action, insisting their demands must be met.
In part two, after the break, we turn our attention to the call for a new Nigeria. Find out what speakers at the platform say it will take to achieve that. Please stay with us.